What is going on, you guys? My name is Alex, and I'm a 21-year-old trader attempting to master the stock market to potentially one day join the very few who make a living out of this. So I'm going to go over a basic philosophical concept with you guys right now that I think a lot of beginner traders are missing out on right now, or they're just not getting it, or they're ignorant. Whatever the case may be, they're not understanding this concept, and that is the mentality that they come into the markets with is this, pretty much. How can I make as much money as possible in as little time as possible? So that mentality is already setting you up for failure, and you could even attach that to any part of your life. If you're thinking in that way, you're likely not going to succeed in whatever it is you're doing. You're thinking very short term, and you're not going to succeed. So what is a proper mentality? Well, survival. Survival is the very first thing you should try to consider doing and try to really make your goal. So how to survive in these markets? Well, number one, slow down. You need to slow down your trading. And I've seen a lot of people coming into the markets trying to trade the 1 hour time frame. Sorry, not the 1 hour, the 1 minute time frame. So that means that they're making decisions, trying to follow new rules that they set up for themselves. And that is even considering if they even have rules. A lot of them don't even have rules. But even if you do have rules, you're trying to execute your strategy, your rules, a bunch of rules, in considering in a 1 minute time frame. So in a 1 minute basis, you're trying to do all of that complicated things in a 1 minute basis. So that's incredibly difficult for a beginner day trader to do. In fact, I know two professional traders that admit right now, even to this day, after decades of trading, that they cannot trade the 1 minute time frame simply because it's too complicated and it's too fast for them. So slow down your trading. Go to a higher time frame. Trade the 4 hour time frame or even the daily. What you're looking at right now is the daily time frame, man. I'm going to use this trade of Walmart that I took a short position on 3 days ago, I think it was, when we got this breakout right here. So I should mention that every candle on this screen represents 1 day worth of time. As you can see, we're looking at the daily time frame here. So I entered on this black candle here. It broke the trend line here. I'm not going to break it down technically too much, but I entered here simply because I already uploaded a video on this. I think it's the last video or 2 videos ago. But whatever the case may be, I entered here. The next day right here, I was on Friday, I think it was, and then today, Monday, nice little continuation here. So this all transpired within 3 days, giving me plenty of time to either assess my position or make sure, double check, triple check that I'm making the right choices in my trading. So everything is insanely slow. Not only am I making sure that I'm doing the right things that I'm supposed to be doing based on my strategy, but I'm collecting data. I'm seeing what's working and what isn't working, and gathering that data to potentially use it as a way to improve my strategy. So that is the main thing you should be doing, and just slowing down. Try to focus on what your strategy is doing and what you're doing that's making the strategy work, or that isn't making the strategy work. If you're trading the 1 minute time frame, the chances of you following your rules are insanely low, let alone actually following your rules or getting feedback. That's just not possible on a 1 minute time frame. You got to be really skillful to be doing that. You got to have decades of experience trading, probably even higher time frames, like the 5 minute, the 15 minute time frame. That's usually where real good professional traders trade, the 5 minute. Now, granted, a lot of people do trade the 1 minute, but those are people that have decades of experience, or either that, or they're just gambling out there and intuitively trading, which is something that only comes about when you've been watching the markets long enough in the minute time frame. But that comes with experience only. So, but I'm talking about strictly to beginner traders here. Don't trade the 1 minute time frame. I know a lot of prop firms are popular nowadays, simply because people think it's cheap. Going in, you pay a $50 upfront fee, and then they give you a 50K account, which isn't even real, just simulated. These guys are just betting against you guys to fail. They're betting on your failure, and they know that they're profitable in it. So obviously people aren't successfully trading these accounts. Granted, I have made money trading those accounts, a couple of money, but overall I've lost money trading those prop firms. So I suggest you guys stop trading prop firms and just get into either Forex. I know Forex gives you guys a lot of leverage, which is good if you're making the right choices. But I say Forex because you could trade the daily time frame and it's cheap. So I know a lot of people use the fact that stocks are expensive as an excuse, that they don't want to be swing trading stocks, which I think is it's reasonable, to be quite frank with you guys. But I think if that's really your excuse, go ahead and trade Forex. You'll have some luck right there. Make sure you have a structured strategy and just execute it. Try to trade the daily time frame. The daily time frame is powerful, and it's good. It's really good for your trading career. So slow down your trading and just think about survival before you could consider thriving. So that's just something you do even when it comes to other things like swimming, for example. You don't go straight doing a dive off the diving board from the beginning. You have to start by learning how to float initially, and then you can start doing moves like that. I'm not really a big swimmer, so I can't give you guys a lot of moves like that, but whatever the case may be, in any field that you go into, you have to learn how to survive in that field. Even at a workspace, if you go into a new workspace, you got to learn how the people kind of react to specific things. You got to study people's characters before you could even consider trying to boss people around or manipulate people, if you like, for some of you guys that are manipulators out there. But that's essentially it. Just slow down, you guys. I mean, as you can see right now, I'm watching my positions. I got 3 positions on my portfolio here that are just waiting for me to... I mean, let's take a look at the loser. We're looking at the winner right there, Walmart, which I'm up $200. But let's take a look at the loser coin here, just for context real quick for you guys. So now this trade here, if we're trading this on the 1 minute time frame, the chances of me holding this trade and thinking, oh, it'll come back eventually, are extremely high, just because I'm trading the 1 minute time frame, and just the probability of me, I don't know why it's lagging, but the chances of me, yeah, it wasn't even the proper stock. So the chances of me making poor decisions on a minute basis is insanely high, and you just simply can't deny that. So again, here's a loser right here. I don't have my lines drawn up, but I think it was a breakout trade here, reverse. So I jumped in on this green candle here, on this white candle here, and today it went down. So if this was a 1 minute time frame, since I started this video, we would have already had like 7 or 10 candles here forming, which would have just impeded my decision making and just flooded my whole mentality. So yeah, our brains aren't processed, aren't developed, aren't evolved to generate and not generate, but receive that much information at a time. That's just not how our brains are hardwired. Sure, we have strong minds, but they're just not that fast enough, to be quite frank with you. And that's also why newer trading firms, like, they trade with computers, pretty much computers doing the 1 minute trading here, not humans. Humans are just incapable of trading quick. They're incapable of making decisions like that quickly. Granted, there are people that do it, but those are very rare, and they sometimes use intuition, which is something you can't access until you have years of experience. So again, let's go back at coin here as a loser right now, as of right now. So again, if this would have gone under my stop loss, which it hasn't yet, I would have had a whole day to contemplate, like, should I take a loss or should I not? I'll have time to reflect on my strategy, which I have written down on a document and on a paper, and that'll just give me time to make up a decision to close my trade and respect my rules. If this was in the 1 minute time frame, again, this would not be a doable thing. It would be extremely difficult for you guys to do. So my suggestion is, go ahead and trade something else. Go ahead and trade stocks, which I think, even if you have a little bit of cash, maybe like 2,000, is reasonable to start trading, just simply because a lot of brokers give you leverage to trade with as soon as you put in 2,000, which should be enough to buy any of these stocks that you see on the screen right now. Maybe you probably won't be making as much, but stop focusing on the money so much. Rather focus on the scale, the scale that it takes to actually be profitable. But before being profitable, learn how to survive. I'm gonna end it right there. It's that simple. Just learn how to survive, and then you could consider thriving, making a lot of money in these markets here. There's a lot of money to grab, but then again, just remember, the markets aren't going anywhere as well. The money's always going to be there for the grabbing. You just have to learn how to do it properly over a long period of time. So slow down, you guys. That's all I'm going to say to you guys. And I took no trades today. That's what's going to be a kind of a different video. As you can see, we have no trades today. So yeah, my current positions are right here. Currently down 373 on coin. DraftKings down 100. Walmart, I am up 200. So we'll see how these trades progress tomorrow. Again, I have days to, well, maybe not days. Sometimes these positions do go against me right away the next day. But I generally do have days to think about my decision making. And really, in fact, I only trade the first 4 hours of the day. Sorry, not the first 4 hours. I trade the first 4 hour candle of the day that closes. So in reality, I only trade 1 hour a day, which is from 10 to 11. That's really the only time that I'm watching these markets, and that's really good right there. You don't want to be watching these markets too often. Even though some people may say try to spend a lot of time watching the charts, that's reasonable to some degree. But just slow down your trading, guys. And I'm going to end it right there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Stay focused. I'll see you guys tomorrow.